GameStop making some interesting moves, LivePerson consolidating at important areas, and then crypto is going off the hook. A little bit of a pullback in the main index. That gives us some opportunity on VIX, and that volatility index, that informs the rest of our trades. So what's happening on GameStop? Where's Lpsn going? What's the crypto market going to do next? Let's check it out. Starting with Lpsn, 4-hour time frame here. Price action was consolidating around 50 simple. That broke and comes down now, looking for a potential cross. 50 simple going below the 200 to typically be tested, so price might push back to the top side. The prior monthly low would be important at 106. Ahead of that, a 50% retracement in at around 96 cents. That's the level to beat. And why did it stop where it did? Well, that was a golden pocket retracement from this previous low on June 18th to this high on August the 19th. So that monthly range, you've got a golden pocket retracement on this pullback. Reasons for it to potentially go higher: if it does slip lower, you can look left, see that 886 is 0.6. That's a strong area for potential consolidation, even if it does wick lower. A retracement back up, breaking that 50% level, 96, that's important. So those are the two zones above and below to pay attention to. There's other important details on this chart. I'll turn this drawings back on. You can see that there's a channel, price action's in a channel, and it's been going up and down in that channel for a while. That color is not particularly bright and obvious. Let me try this one. So price action's been in that channel for a while, right? Up, down, bouncing a lot. The center line is very important. You have to pay attention to that as price approaches it again. Always consolidates temporarily at that level, sometimes for quite a while. And breaking through there is important. If you do manage to break back above this 236 at 133, test the basis line of that channel and break this yellow horizontal at 149, that would be going through a nexus on price that would be incredibly important for the future of LivePerson. If it does break above that 149 level, you'll test the top side of this linear channel that's moving to that top side, this bullish channel, having broken downward sloping long-term resistance, and then you'd be on for closing these gaps. Top side of that one is at $8.60 or so. This one below closes in at around 2.3. And breaking back above that basis line on the channel at this stage means you don't even need to break the channel itself in order to test those higher levels at 230. Breakout of that area confirms a potential bump and run reversal formation. So if you break that downward sloping diagonal, a little bit of consolidation at the top of this channel, after which it could run to 10 plus. So huge moves. Now, if you've been watching me talk about GameStop, which I'm about to move on to now, you'll know that the times that represent the starting point of opportunity are when everybody else is afraid, nervous, and unsure how to act, which is why it represents the biggest period of opportunity. The range that this could go through if it moves to the top side, incredibly rewarding. Managing risk, that's easy. You just need to put in a stop loss at an area slightly below your entry, and I've got a video that will teach you how to do that. You can watch it. Just search stop losses on this channel. So now we're going to go on at GameStop, which has seen interesting moves. I've got Rocky Outcrop's toolkit on, and I've got the Rocky Outcrop flash. The only two indicators you need. Does a lot of the drawings for you, and if I turn off my work, you can see you've still got most of the information here. Retracement back down to an 886. We fill in the Rocky Outcrop flash at 22.32. You get that indicator at patreon.com/Rocky Outcrop along with the toolkit. The 200 period moving average on the 15-minute time frame would be very easy to come down, test that, wick below, and then consolidate around that area. If it is that prices to pull back, you have to look left here and see that there is the potential for a little bit of resistance. So we go up to the 1 hour, make that even clearer here. If it does push higher, you're testing $30. $30 being the next level of resistance is fairly straightforward here. You've got the important horizontal levels. You've gone through that crucial level at 25. 236 coming in at 26. If it drops below there, I would be cautious for that 15-minute area, that retracement down. As I see on the 1 hour, the 200 period moving average comes back in below $22, which is an important level of resistance. So price action at this level, this stage, you don't want to see it below 22, though a little bit of a retracement, Gme traders, holders could handle that. 4 hour time frame, this is where you need to be cautious, because a lot of people will be excited about recent price action. Turn off the drawings and make it slightly cleaner for you. 50 simple still below the 200 period moving average. It's very much in the overbought on the RSI. Any sort of a retracement now that breaks that 236 at 25.68 could come down and test the 200 period moving average. There's not yet been a positive cross here. That cross will suck price action back to test those areas. And the 4-hour time frame suggests that you're a little bit hot on the gas at the minute, so it might need to take a little bit of a retracement and look for support. That area at $30 is so very important, and it's the next area to aim for, the top side, if price does move up. No guarantee that's going to happen. We've talked about the downside targets and where you don't want it to break, but if it does go to that $30 level, this is why that's interesting. It's already gone 25. Open interest node here is the highest volume. So if people start closing these option contracts, that will create a degree of liquidity which will put downward pressure on price action. But if those contracts are exercised, let's see what the appetite is for. That's like, especially if prices keep moving to the top side, or if that money there is reinvested in shares, you'd be looking at that $30 target and the potential for a little bit of gamma pushing up price. Now, it's still the start of the week, so we'll bear that in mind, that a lot of these contracts and a lot of these traders will get nervous if price pushes down again. We have confirmed that that area on the chart below 25 is very important, and should price move away from there and test that 200 period moving average, that would be typical. So that type of dynamic in price might lead to a little bit of nervousness here, might lead to some of these contracts closing, increase liquidity, and then suck price as a gravity back towards that $25 level. Max pains at 21, that's where most people are wrong. Most people are wrong at that area, and the highest risk to every market participant with open contracts exists at that area. So it's very likely then that, as a self-fulfilling prophecy, traders themselves push price in that direction. So you have to bear in mind that $21 level. So that's GameStop and LivePerson across the markets. Then we'll take a look at SPX. So again, really strong moves. Now, very few people would have called this, and a lot of people thought I was crazy when we talked about this inverted head and shoulders, this butterfly, and SPY going up and getting to 6,000. It did it. There was the measured move. It's made that. Now, there is the potential for it to come back down, put in a little bit of retracement, fill in a gap, a visible gap, a fair value gap, test a 236, and perhaps come back to that 5,800 level. That doesn't have to happen immediately. Price action's in the bullish control zone on that 4 hour. On daily time frame, very strong, pushing up to these levels. Has turned around here previously, but this is an uptrend. Trend your friend till the end of the trend. So we'll speculate that this will continue. Going out in the 15-minute time frame, you can see that there's continuation divergence, consolidation at this level, and the potential for it to move higher still. If it does, the next area to target off the back of these retracements. You know, you're in a bit of a blue sky breakout. You might be using a Fibonacci extension. If so, you would be looking to either the breakout move from this consolidation period from the high to the low, which give you a 268 up at around 6.2, or the 168 up at around 6,024. It's already touched there once, so this is the break from this area, this period of consolidation, another potential huge leg up. If that doesn't happen, then a test of the 200 period moving average back down around 5.8. So a big range, equal distance either side, very interesting. Got some notifications on Discord. I'll have to check out what they're saying over, and you should definitely check it out. The invitation link is www.discord.gg/rockyoutcrop. Get yourself over there and check out all those fantastic traders that are into the same things you are, and we'll be able to give you a lot of information to help your trades. There's a 15-minute Rocky Outcrop flash back up at 21.73 on VIX. That's huge considering currently at 14.96. So a massive percentage move here, and that does suggest that a correction in SPY is possible. In fact, it's going to happen at some stage, and that move we spoke about, that might be the sort of thing that takes enough contracts out of the money to move VIX the way it's calculated, move it up to that 21.73. A big percentage move there. This doesn't necessarily look so strong at the minute, so 44% move on price on VIX coming. or greater if this continues to break down. And go up to the daily time frame, you can see what that might look like, because we have this channel on price action which was doing a really good job of encompassing the range in this downward sloping move, which on VIX could have, it could resume if price returns to the channel. It has done so. It's lost that 200 period moving average. Basis line on this channel in at around 12.30. Huge potential moves on VIX from there. If that doesn't hold, you're looking at VIX testing $8.64, and at that point there might be some really interesting moves on the markets, because when VIX gets to 8, that's where it really makes its explosive moves, and returning to the channel now suggests that that is on the cards. This is where it's been before. You see these tests of $8. That was back in 2017, 2018. You had a similar move back in 2019, and these are huge percentages. You're talking about that there, 444%. This one was 249%. Period consolidation, then it did an absolutely huge one. This sort of thing, you're talking about massive move, 624%. So there's huge potential to exploit using that chart and various tickers. If you want to know more about it, join Discord and ask me over there. And it does suggest that a little bit of a correction here could be leading to a correction on SPY, or a move here could be indicative of a move on SPY. Does it happen right now? Potentially you're waiting a little bit to see, real data play through the markets. We've had the elections. That was very good for the stock market. We had the quarter point interest rate cut quick on the heels. That led to positive momentum in the pipe, and all of that pressure has been hitting price. If there is a little bit of a pullback, a little bit of consolidation, then that retracement on SPY would give you a real opportunity on VIX. And if VIX is moving, SPY is volatile, and there's interest in the markets, then you have got big opportunity across the board. So if you want to join other traders making the most of that opportunity, check them out on the Discord, www.discord.gg/rockyoutcrop. Hit like on this video if you want to thank me. I'd be very grateful for any tips that come in. There's links in the description below for the lowest possible fees. Thank you very much for supporting the show, and if you want to become a channel member, it's a great decision. If you already are one, thanks so much, I appreciate you. See you in the next video. I'm TradeSpotting.